Welcome to Art Collecting for the Unstuffy. How to select original artwork that is likely to appreciate in value while you appreciate it, from your friends at Gordon Galleries. Haven't you always wondered what it would be like to be knowledgeable about art? To be able to walk into any gallery in the world, know what you like, and how to speak about it confidently? That's why I'm delighted to clarify some important concepts and terms that can help you make that dream a reality. Granted, this is merely a starting point. You can study art all your life and never learn all there is to know. That's part of the fun. But I can answer some basic questions and point you in the right direction. The rest is up to you. Is art a good investment? The good news is, yes, art can be a very lucrative investment if you know something about what you are doing. Obviously, not all original art has investment potential. In a few minutes, we'll discuss how to recognize the characteristics of a good piece of art. For now, let's assume you've done your homework and chosen wisely. What's happening in the current art market? A lot of art is changing hands. There's a general increase in the number of people who are art educated. The average price per sale is going up. Thanks to the internet, there's been a huge increase in the amount of information that's available to the public. Now also there are fewer historical or famous works available for sale. Experts at myart.net estimate that the global art market is worth more than $250 billion. What are some of the reasons to invest in fine art? Patrick O'Brien, art analyst for World Venture Funds, details the following reasons. Performance. Art has consistently been recognized as one of the best strategies by the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Consumers Digest, and other respected financial publications. Liquidity. Investors, collectors, dealers, Wall Street cash funds, and auction houses all serve to create a ready cash market for artwork. Inflation hedge. Artworks have traditionally outpaced inflation by a wide margin. Tax-deferred growth and confidentiality. As collectibles, artworks are not subject to government disclosure rules. Transactions remain confidential. No taxes are imposed unless or until the artworks are liquidated. Physical possession. One of the many benefits of owning artwork is exactly that. You own it. It's in your possession to buy and sell as you choose. You also derive the aesthetic benefits of fine art in your residence or place of business. Other experts concur. Invest in art and enjoy your investment. Those who had the foresight and flair to buy the right stuff 40 years ago now have on their walls more money than the smartest investors in real estate or stocks. 40 years ago, one could buy a Dufy or a Warhol for $500. This Dufy or Warhol enriched the surroundings of its owner, was admired, envied by all who viewed it, and is now worth in excess of $500,000. Jay Spector, in an article entitled The Designer's Choices, published in Architectural Digest magazine, is quoted as saying, "A great deal of original art is not outrageously priced, and I believe people should take a lot more time to seek it out. Young artists are the hope of the future, and there is nothing so rewarding as buying a work by an unknown artist and tracing his or her career." What are some of the benefits for business? Cheryl McGrath of Pluto's Edge says, "When you invest in fine art, you are using innovative vision to achieve employee motivation while giving your customers and clients an important message about your company. You add a source of dynamics and cultural connections to the larger world. And when your artwork reflects the culture of your company, its spirit becomes something both employees and customers begin to appreciate. It shows you really care about them and that you're interested in going beyond the balance sheet and creating strength in your relationship." Why own original art personally? No amount of clever decor can equal the distinction and panache of original paintings on the wall or bronze sculpture on the mantel. These are the kinds of quality collectibles that can be passed down in the family for generations, increasing in value the while. Art collecting offers the chance to broaden your social horizons and, of course, has the promise of unrivaled personal enjoyment. How can I recognize a good piece of art? These are some of the criteria to look for. We'll go over all these terms one by one. Archival quality, also referred to as museum quality. Does the artist use fine materials that will last for the ages? Demonstrate good craftsmanship? Have a knowledge of chemistry that enables him or her to construct the work in such a way that it's likely to resist premature aging? Also, look for other points of good construction. For example, a painting on canvas should feature a tightly stretched canvas with the warp and weft fibers running parallel and perpendicular to the frame, i.e., not wavy or crooked. You should not see bare canvas on the front of the painting, and the canvas should be evenly primed with good quality gesso. If this important barrier between the paint and the cloth is missing, elements in the paint will rot the canvas over time. Always ask about the support, that is, what kind of canvas, paper, or whatever has been used. Paper should be acid-free or 100% rag paper, while canvas should be made of 100% cotton or linen. The quality and construction of the frame is usually a good indicator of the quality of the materials used for the painting itself. Look for well-joined corners, hand-rub finish, and attention to detail. Livability. Do you really like the piece? Does it reflect your taste? You won't enjoy owning it if you got talked into the purchase. Is the subject timeless enough that you'll still like it in 20 years? Some cohesive quality among works by the same artist. The total body of work by one artist is called his oeuvre. Does the artist seem to be mature, or is he still finding himself? Consistency. Would the piece fit well with other pieces you collect or would like to collect? It's a good idea to build a collection that is thematic in some way. Originality. Is there something about this artist's work that makes it stand out? Could you recognize his style in a room full of other artists' work? Is the style copied too literally from some master of the past or present? Is the depiction of the subject fresh, not hackneyed? Mystery. Could you look at the work for a long time and still see new things? You'll tire very quickly of a painting you can absorb in one glance or even one afternoon. Something should be left to the viewer's imagination. Good use of color. Look for neutrals as well as bright and muted color. Is there a pleasing relationship between warm and cool colors? Mastery of perspective and proportion. Do remote objects seem to recede into space in a realistic way? Is there a sense of atmosphere? Distant objects should appear cooler, grayer, and fuzzier than objects in the foreground. Does somebody's arm seem noticeably too short? Take a close look with a critical eye. Surface texture. Look for thin, transparent darks and thick, pasty or impasto light colors. These indicate good craftsmanship and good taste. Does the artwork make you want to touch it? Composition. Is there a focal point? Are the objects or figures in the picture related to one another in a pleasing way? For example, the horizon should not fall exactly halfway up on the canvas, which bisects the picture and causes tension. Is the scale appropriate to the subject? Figures should have room within the picture plane, but not seem tiny and lost. Objects should clearly overlap or be separate, not have tangent edges. Is there a sense of rhythm? Balance. Value refers to the relative lightness or darkness of the colors as measured on the grayscale. Eye gaze pattern refers to the way our eye travels over the surface of the picture. Does the artist seem to invite us into the scene? Repetition of shapes is one way to establish a pleasing unity. Some others might be theme, pattern, line, repetition of colors. Mastery of the illusion of three dimensions. Objects and people should seem lively and real, not flat. Shadows should be lifelike yet subtle. Line quality. Look for some edges to be clearly defined, while others are smudgy and ambiguous. This is also called lost and found edges. Shapes should be curvy and graceful, not labored and awkward. Varnish record. An oil painting should be thoroughly cured, that is, allowed to dry for about 6 months, and then coated with a thin, even layer of varnish. All varnished work should be cleaned and restored by a certified restorer or archivist every 100 years or so. A qualified dealer should be able to tell you whether or not a painting has been varnished, by whom and when. Provenance. The pedigree, if you will, or the history of ownership. If you are not fortunate enough to buy the work directly from the artist, ask about where the work has been shown and who has owned it before. A piece that has been in an important collection can be more valuable based on that fact alone. Autograph. This is a picture of a forgery of a Van Gogh. Autograph refers to the degree of certainty that the artwork was genuinely created by the artist to whom it is attributed and not a student, copyist, or forger. Don't confuse autograph with signature. Je ne sais quoi. This is French for I know not what. That indescribable something. A really brilliant piece of work should haunt you, like the beautiful stranger you saw on the train. If the painting were translated into music, would you enjoy the melody? Don't buy sappy, saccharine, or maudlin work. How do I tell whether or not a particular artist has investment potential? Here are some of the indicators to look for when selecting an artist. Career direction. Ideally, you want to invest in an artist when he or she is on the cusp of fame, moving in a good direction, but not yet so famous that the prices are astronomical. Increase in prestige over time. It's okay to start out in shows at the community college or art fairs, but credentials should mount in the career of an artist with investment potential. Look for mentions in the press, work in museums, international travel, workshops with other well-known artists, awards, one-person shows, grants, commissions, etc. Past performance record. What was this artist's work selling for 10 years ago? Is it appreciably more now? Depth. Does the artist produce something that has personal meaning for him or her? Or does he just seem to be merely churning out work in hopes of filling a convenient market niche? The work should say more than, I had an afternoon to kill. Passion. Is this artist committed to a lifetime of creativity? An artist who gives up and starts selling shoes mid-career is a poor candidate. And finally, conviction. Yours. Do you like what the artist seems to stand for? Art is like a permanent house guest. Find some you will enjoy having around for a long time. Since artists typically become well known because someone else likes their work and talks it up, you can do many things to help your favorite artist achieve the kind of recognition that benefits you, the investor. Here are some practical ways to help highlight your favorite artist's work. Have a reception or dinner to introduce the artist to others. Publicize it on the society page of your local paper, in your corporate newsletter, or on your club's event calendar. Donate a piece to a museum or other charitable organization. Send out press releases with a photo. Have your business or organization sponsor an award honoring the artist or given in his or her name. Commission a portrait or a large public work. Attend gallery openings and invite others. Display original art in your place of business. I trust this video has been informative and inspiring. Consider yourself invited to enter the thrilling world of art as investment. The bottom line is that you'll have a beautiful and unique collection that gives you personal enjoyment for a lifetime and can be passed down for generations. You'll have the opportunity to create wealth and meet interesting people in the process. To download your free PDF copy of the Gordon Gallery's Guide to Investing in Fine Art, or to sign up for our quarterly newsletter, The Pentimento, please visit us online at gordongalleries.com.